Welcome to Static Model Mayhem. On this episode we're going to apply an oil dot filter and some streaks on the upper surfaces of our 1 to 350th scale Kursk from Zvezda. Our weapon of choice, some streaking brushes and oil brushes from MIG, medium gray, Starship Prime, buff, a bit of Starship filth, streaking dust, and cold dirty gray. What we're going to do is just going to start from each area symmetrically and see how it goes. Just going to apply some dots and try to keep it as symmetrical as possible. Make it a bit random. This is the first one for me, so we are both going to get some interesting and educational experience out of it. Go up front, up to this point. Don't forget the decals. Just a bit here. Come on. Our next color is going to be buff. It's a bit lighter. Bit on the tail fin. We're just trying to apply random dots of various size and thickness to the majority. Oops, almost forgot our conning tower. The main advantage of these oil brushes and oil streakers is that you don't have to clean up a lot after applying them. Let's see what happens with a streaking brusher. It's a lot more point and deliberate compared to the oil brusher. Very small point, small tip I should say. Just a bit on the fin. Right. And let's darken it a bit. Starship grime with a streaking brusher. Don't want it to be too dark. So I should be rather careful with this. Main point is to present the various streaks from water and elements. Finally, Starship filth. Come on. Haven't used them for a while. This is way too intense. So let's try and be very, very frugal with it. Right. Our next stage is to get some odorless thinner or white spirit. Put some on our palette. Grab some paper towels. One well for cleaning and one well for going a lot better than I thought it would. But just move vertically. You can get that nice streaking effect. Let's clean our brush. A bit of thinner. Just pull it down gently. I have sealed the surface with satin varnish, just to be on the safe side that my acrylics aren't lifted, and the PE pigments that we've applied on our previous episode. The brush I'm using is a bit special, as you can see. It's a sword brush, which means hopefully it will almost streak on itself. Almost. On the conning tower, or sail, as the US Navy calls it, we're going on the opposite direction because it's more convenient. I want to drag this down. And with these oil brushes, I'm not sure why, but the consistency is a lot better than traditional oil paint tubes. The witnessed dot that's mostly present seems to be absent, at least for now. We'll see in the end. Let's clean it a bit. Another precaution, make sure to do that on a well ventilated area. Don't want to be breathing these fumes. At least not a lot of them. I have to admit I was a bit intimidated by this process, but it seems that it's going to look a lot better than I thought it would. Moral of the story: if you want to try a new technique, just go ahead and do it. It's only plastic at the end of the day. Not something irreplaceable. Just pieces of plastic that we've put together and we've painted, hopefully trying to get a representation of what an actual, in our case, an actual Oscar II class submarine looks like. Just a bit on the top. Just a bit. I have an idea for this area. I have an idea. I have an interesting idea. On this surface we're going to go with, let me change my brush. We're going with circular motion, like this. Might be needing, there's the dot I was talking about. Might need a bit more oil on this. We'll see. Now that I think of it, I should have painted this strip a lot darker than it is, but we can darken it with oils. Just want to blend everything. And back to our streaking. Cleaning our brush. Just a bit moist. You don't want it neither too dry nor flooded with mineral spirits. Just a bit at the top and at the bottom. Just gentle up and down motion. Let's clean our brush. Again, moist, not wet. I think we have a lot, too much oil here, but we'll manage. Again, top and bottom. Top. Let's drag it down a bit. When you have too much oil paint, just clean your brush and come back to it. A bit more thinner. A lot better. I might come back to it after these oils have dried. Do a second application. Let's see. Let's see. This brush is a bit more, it's a bit rougher than the other one, but just got some variation. Let's go back to this. I really like the effect here. Let's try to replicate it. Let's drag it down. Once again, well ventilated area for this technique. You don't want to be breathing solvents. Especially with this technique that it involves a lot of them. Another trick is to get yourself some references, some pictures of the sub that you are trying to build, so you have an idea of how weathered, how intense the weathering effect is. Oops. Whoops. Two whoopsies. We're getting there, at least on our first application. I want this to be subtle, not too intense. Might use a bit few darker tones after these have dried. This is our first pass. Usually takes 2 passes. At least that's what I've been reading. As this is the first time I'm using this technique on a submarine. And the first thing that I've noticed is that the streaking brushes tend to leave a mark, like here. Come on, we're almost there. And that's my cat, Lina. Do we have any remaining dots? Not really. My lovely and beautiful cat. She's a bit anxious, so we better be quick about it. Drag it down a bit. I think we're good for the first pass. I have to tend to my cat. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.